Final 5 here in Tempe, Arizona. Cheryl Daniels starts our championship round play on the championship pair of 17 and 18.
A few wrist problems, a little bit of tendonitis for Cheryl Daniels here pretty much the last couple months. She had to take a couple tournaments off, but she now has it wrapped up for a little extra support.
And Cheryl, who averaged 220.83, starts the finals with a strike. Mary Martha-Cerniglia will throw her first shot on lane 18. A real competitor here, a battler. As you said, she's qualified for match play 5 times, her first telecast. So she's the kind of player that just gets better and better as the season wears on.
Well, a very close-knit family, the Cherniglias. Mary Martha's father and 2 brothers both bowled. Her father has been in the bowling business, she told me, practically forever. Mary Martha's game, a very basic 4-step approach. Not a lot of push away, very medium backswing. Actually hits the line with not a lot of knee bend and follows through very strongly.
13 and 11 in match play this week. Tournament high game was 279, and we saw a number of high games.
Mary Martha, really one of the only finalists here in the top 5 tonight, Denny, to go straight up and at him. The other players all do open up a little bit. She's probably the most direct player that we'll see this evening.
Cheryl Daniels with 4 career titles, 3 of those coming in a brilliant year in 1989. But since that time, it's been a struggle. And I was kidding Cheryl just prior to the show. I said, it's been too long since we've seen you. And she said, boy, you're not kidding. Pretty good shot here. Rolls up nicely. And we expected to see perhaps some high scores here at Tempe Bowl tonight. And that may very well be the case as both players start with a double.
Once again, a 4-step approach. No push away a la Marshall Holman here. You can see, though, the strong backswing and the tremendous knee bend that this lady has. She is a very, very strong player, probably one of the strongest on the women's tour. You mentioned Cheryl Daniels' success this week, just making it into the telecast. She told me she'd like to thank Jerry Francomano at Sports Plus in Alexandria. He was working with her, working with some equipment, and that made all the difference.
5 shots, 5 strikes. Of course, we've had a couple of other telecasts this year where the players started quickly and then the lanes would change. But I don't know. I suspect with the lane surface out here this week that this might be more of a consistent shot.
Well, Denny, it is a new lane surface. It's the Guardian lane surface. They installed it in August of last year. They did a lot of remodeling, and with a new lane surface, you usually find the shot holding up quite a bit better.
Nothing but strikes here in Tempe thus far as we take a look at positions by round. And Mary Martha started 38th, and it was a long haul the rest of the way.
Well, the lane's changing really from day to day. As you can see here, Leanne Barrett and Nikki Giannulli, along with Mary Martha, making it all into the championship round late in the week. They said even the final day, the lanes seemed to open up even more than they had been. When it comes down to such a nice scoring condition, you really run into a lot of carry problems, and the girls that are carrying, they're up there all the time, and the girls that are not, they're usually fishing to find something that will carry for them.
All right, 7 shots, 7 strikes here in Tempe, Arizona. Sunset brings out the magnificent Cheryl Daniels making up for lost time. First appearance in the championship round, 3 consecutive strikes.
There's no better way to come out than throwing a lot of X's.
Well, one gets the feeling that if you don't keep striking on a condition like this, you're going to get mailed home early.
Well, the ladies were playing pretty much between the 12th and 7th board this week. There was a out-of-bounds area around the 5th board. If they hit that, it just skated. We have Bowler Track with us this week. The first line, the top line, is the ball at 55 feet. Cheryl's was at 15 miles an hour. The bottom line, the ball at 15 feet, right at the arrows, and her ball was at 18 miles an hour. A ball will always slow down as it hits the pocket.
And the 3-9 conversion taken care of on the right-hand lane. The first breakthrough here in match number 1. Leanne Barrett is our number 3 seed. Nikki Giannulli is 2, and Cindy Coburn-Carroll, the top seed, in case you've just joined us. player that is looking for her first ever professional title.
Her highest finish has been second, and that came in one of her very first tournaments ever in South Bend, Indiana.
Cheryl tries to bounce back, and instead of the 3-9, it's the 2-8.
Well, the 2-8, the ball coming up very light. It skates too long in the oil. She is not getting the ball to the dry area. It's not breaking back hard enough into the pocket.
And she'll have to be careful with this cross-lane spare conversion.
Well, if they go a little bit, try to point the ball a little bit too much towards the 2-8, it's going to snap on them in the back ends. They're on a short oil condition again this week. It's about 23.5 feet of oil.
Beautiful shot by Cheryl Daniels, who finds herself trailing by 14 to Mary Martha-Cerniglia, who has started with a 4-bagger. A little more loft. And another beautiful shot for Mary Martha, who now has 5 in a row. And don't forget, coming up on ESPN, starting on Monday, the 1991 French Open from Paris, France. 11 days of coverage on that red court clay. And you'll catch all the action on ESPN.
Yes, Denny, with the French Open, you could take a 2-week vacation, 1 day to prepare for it, and 11 days to watch.
I'll tell you, that's a tournament that's up for grabs every year, too, because of that slow surface. You know, it kind of brings everybody into play, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the 6-7 is left. What do you think happened there?
Well, it's timing, Denny. She actually just pulled the ball too far. Now the lanes are nice. There is a little bit of oil in the middle to hold it, but you can't pull it this far. She hit around the 14th board at the arrows, and the ball is still making a break at the back ends, which is the last 15 feet prior to the head pin. You can make mistakes out here, but you can't make them that far.
Mary Martha gives it a run, nearly gives the crowd a thrill here in Tempe, but can't quite convert the 6-7. So an open frame for Mary Martha, and now Cheryl Daniels is back to within 10 pins.
Cheryl Daniels started bowling at a very young age in the junior programs. Her father was a junior coach.
One of the top players in the Detroit area for many, many years. Shoulder dip, that one crosses over Brooklyn. And a surprise look from Cheryl Daniels, but she can't be very happy with that execution.